Belal Muhammad is going to take on Demian Maia. I want to give you an official prediction. Now, if I may insert myself, but I am involved in this, which is I am in the past of Demian Maia. I fought Demian Maia, and I don't know if I've ever told you guys this before. And you want to know why I haven't told you guys this before? I've blocked it from my bubble. I forgot that it happened. I've denied before that it happened, and then had to correct. No, wait a minute, I did fight him. When I fought Maia, I got put in a triangle choke, but before that, I took the hardest punch, the hardest shot I've ever been hit with, before or after. Never been hit, including practice, ever been hit, right? I can't say that much clearer. I took it by Maia. I think that would surprise you. Maia's not known as a puncher. Well, let me tell you what happened. Okay, try to picture this position. I'm on top, he's on bottom. He reaches over. Now, my head's right in the middle. He reaches over like he's going to go for a Kimura. Insulting that he thought he could Kimura me. Reaches over for an insult when though he wasn't going for the Kimura at all. He was just he was winding up. So he comes back he comes back with a backhand. He hits me right in the face. He hit me so hard, it made a click. I heard it. I'm in a packed arena in England. Diego Sanchez is going to fight Joe Daddy in the main event. People wanted to see this fight, okay, at the time. He hit me so hard, even in that packed arena, I can hear it click. And Joe Rogan caught it. Joe Rogan said on the commentary, oh, he really just hit him there, and then moved right on. Joe moved right past it. Joe's right. And that's where the fight was over. I'm telling you, he triangled it. I just teased the Kimura a minute ago. Could have Kimura'd me after that. Fight was over at that point. That was in England. And to get back home to Oregon, I went from England to Atlanta. Atlanta changed planes, come to Portland. I bring up Atlanta because when I got off the plane in Atlanta, that was the first time that I had full control of my body. That's the first time I could step and walk and my feet and everything felt fine. That's how hard that punch was. Whatever he did discombobulated me to that extent. It was the hardest punch I've ever taken. And they will tell you the one that hurts you is the one you don't see coming. That if you see a punch, no matter what the power, if you give any reaction, you know it's coming, that your body can adjust from a physiological standpoint. This is what they'll tell you. I can only tell you the other side of it, okay, which is the one I didn't see coming. It did the most damage. So I bring myself into this because I have high respect for Maia's abilities. Whether I have to remind myself of that night or not, and I do, I have legitimately, I blocked that did not happen. And athletes will do that. You gotta be careful what you let in. There's some things you'll learn about yourself along this journey that you don't like. It didn't happen, right? You got to go straight sociopath every now and then. It did not happen. So when I watch Maia and I watch Maia tie these other guys up and I watch him get them in knots and pickles and they don't know what to do, I understand it a little bit different. Okay, there's a little bit more happening out there. And the biggest problem you're going to have with Maia is the in-between. He is the only fighter who is dangerous in between. He is without question number one, best there is, best there ever has been of the in-between. What am I talking about? Well, you think fighting happens in two realms, right? On your feet, on the mat. Wrong. There's an in-between. Maia will pull you down. He will pull guard, pull you right into half guard to hit a sweep to come out on top. So many people that want to act as though Maia has represented the sport of jiu-jitsu and has proved the efficiency of a guard. Maia doesn't do anything from the guard. He didn't do anything from the guard except get the hell out of guard. Maia does everything from the top. Everything is top control. Everything is either on your back, in mount, or on top of you. Side control, half guard, but it's all from on top. The only thing he does on bottom is lure you in so that he can change the position. He's great at it. And I only point this out because he deserves credit for that. And the people that want to love Maia and just go, oh, it's jiu-jitsu as a whole, are missing the point. It is not just jiu-jitsu as a whole. It is specifically half guard sweeps and top control. But the way Maia does it and the way Maia gets, I'm trying to get a message through to Kevin Holland right now. I got this thing going on with Kevin Holland where he thinks he can stay on his back, cooperating with the opponent, when the opponent wants him on his back, and then win favor with the judges and or submit the opponent. I'm trying to convince him he can't do that. But he also doesn't have to. Kevin has the ability to be the next Demian Maia. He's got that same length. He's got that same understanding of the ground. He's allowing for there to be a pause. There doesn't need to be a pause. Second you hit the ground, that's a trigger, not a pause. Oh, let's stay here. It's a trigger. You hear yourself hit the mat. That's the trigger. Go. Demian Maia goes. It's the difference. Now, Muhammad wants this fight. What? Why? Well, Muhammad knows everything I just said to be true times 5. I had very limited information on Demian Maia at the time I competed with him. My teammates had been in there with him a couple of times. So I had a little bit of inside information, but he'd only done 3 fights that were televised. I didn't know a lot about him. Muhammad knows everything I know times 5. And believes that he can go out there and deal with it. That's captivating to me. That's compelling to me. Muhammad's tough as an old leather boot. I don't question that at all. Maia's tricky. He's very tricky. He's going to surprise you with punches. And they're not going to be some spinning back kick, spinning back elbow, John Jones-esque, Izzy Adesanya style. No, it's going to be nothing like that. It's going to hit you with a left and a right. But it's going to be annoying. And it's going to make a thud. And then you're going to ask yourself as he's throwing it, is it worth slipping, changing in, and taking him down where he wants to be anyway? Or should I just try to keep him on his feet for a few minutes? And then Maia's going to take a step forward. So you're going to move a little bit and you're going to hit him and you're going to connect because he's not got great head movement. And then he's going to take a step forward. You're going to find out you're in there with a tough son of a bitch. And you just don't have a whole lot of options. Okay, great. Throw strategy out. Let's just fight. Which means we're going to the ground at some point. It's one of those things, right? You're dealing with Brer Rabbit. Brer Rabbit's begging you, don't throw me in the briar patch. And then when you do, he laughs and tells you he was born and raised in the briar patch. That's what it's like with Demian Maia. It's tough, man. I've never fought anybody ever in my life that beat me that I don't want to fight again. Give me another chance. Put me back in there with him. I never asked for Demian Maia. I never talk about Demian Maia. I prefer to forget about Demian Maia.